19 people were killed last week as security forces in Chhattisgarh announced that they had conducted a very successful operation against the Maoists. But now questions are being raised on this very success. Villagers who had initially identified the bodies as those being of Maoists, according to security forces, have now gone on record to say that bodies in fact are those of innocent villagers. The storm is brewing on the success of this operation and whether this is an authentic encounter. Ranjan Sen and Srinivasa Jain have put together the story.
Mourning the dead in Chhattisgarh's South Bastar region days after what's being described as one of the biggest successes against the Maoists. Last Friday, security forces said 19 Maoists were killed after a fierce gun battle lasting at least 4 hours. The joint operation of the CRPF and the Chhattisgarh police started in the middle of the night when the CRPF says one of its units was fired on. Shots rang through the forest and the injured, which consisted of 6 CRPF Jawans and 2 alleged Maoists, were flown to Raipur. In Delhi, the Union Home Ministry reacted cautiously.
So this was a incident provoked by the first fire of the CPI Maoist, and our CRPF and Cobra teams and state police dealt with it bravely, with courage and great skill.
But soon this success was under a cloud. Doubts raised about the identity of those killed. The CPI Maoists were quick to capitalize on the growing doubts, calling a Bandh on the 5th of July across the Dandakaranya zone that comprises Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Villagers who the forces claimed helped identify the dead as Maoists the morning after the attack now allege otherwise.
It's
a charge the police denies. Speaking to NDTV, the region's top cop defended the encounter, saying there is no doubt those killed were guilty. But he also admitted it's hard to tell at night who is civilian and who isn't.
The encounter happened at about 1 a.m. very a dark environment. Right. So when the firing started, so it is hard to say who is a civilian.
One of the images of the dead bodies outside Basagura police station, one of the images clearly shows a very young girl who's been killed. Is she also a Naxal?
See, the Naxalites, they have also started an organization called the Bal Sangam.
But the operation is getting more controversial every day, raising many questions. Why were the villagers gathering in the middle of the night? Were they being forced to attend a Maoist indoctrination camp, as is the norm? Who fired on security forces, leaving 6 Jawans of the CRPF seriously injured? Did security forces jump the gun in announcing all those killed were Maoists? Did the Maoists use the villagers as a shield when they fled the advancing troops? Did the Maoists, who appeared to be outnumbered, leave behind some of their dead but carried back their weapons? Why was a young girl among the dead? Even before the dust settles or the truth is established, it's time for political bickering. Hoping to embarrass the state BJP government, the local Congress has set up an inquiry accusing the state leadership of misleading the centre. With Ranjan Sen and Srinivasa Jain, Amitabh Revi, NDTV.
Well, joining us this evening on India This Week, Bhupinder Singh, the former DGP of Bengal, and Professor Hargopal, human rights activist and someone who's also negotiated with Maoists. Thanks both so much for speaking to us. Bhupinder Singh, sir, if I could just start by asking you, it is becoming increasingly clear that there were, of course, some Maoists at the gathering, though they might not have really been in majority. There were villagers who got caught in the crossfire. Many people would say that this is the kind of collateral damage that unfortunately we do see taking place, but so many innocent people have died, sir, including women and children.
You have to first remember that the area in which this incident took place is a liberated zone, which means that the writ of the government does not run there. Most of the camps of the security personnel are outside this.
Right.
So what happens inside that so-called liberated zone, actually the security personnel perhaps are not fully aware of. But the fact remains that there were certain intelligence inputs about the movement of certain military companies of the Maoists in that area, which perhaps indicated that something important was brewing in that area. Perhaps some people from outside who were important were going to hold a meeting, and therefore there was some kind of enhanced security set up by the Maoists. Now, when this information came to the security persons, including the CRPF and the Cobra, and they decided to go in from the three sides, that's where the encounter took place. Now, the encounter took place in the middle of the night, I think perhaps past 11 o'clock, because the nearest camp is at quite a distance. So it would not have been possible for the...
Right.
Yeah, yes. And although a lot of people are not trying to say that it took place at much earlier in the evening, which I think is not possible.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.